Hey everyone, I'm Tyler Fox of JM2 Architecture,
And I'm Marissa of Marisa Orlich Interiors.
and I recently posted some images from an interior renovation I did with JM2 at Sigma Corporation of America. So I want to share my screen and talk about it because I've been getting a lot of great comments and questions about specifically the green wall, which
hmm
honestly is just a great feature all around. And I think it'd be cool to talk about it a little bit today.
Yes, because I don't think people know enough about what a green wall is and how it's
Hmm.
designed.
Yeah,
So I'm so excited to hear about the process and how it was created and how JM2 came about doing it.
cool. Well, I'm
So
excited to share.
could you tell us a little bit more about how you came up with the design concept for this green wall?
Yeah, so actually, believe it or not, it was the owner who had really first brought up the idea of a green wall. We knew we wanted to have some kind of really cool feature in the office, and he's always been such a firm believer of like a healthy office environment with plants and fresh air. And he's always brought plants into the office. Even in the old design before the renovation, there were a lot of plants. So really it was from the owner's idea and his vision of what he wanted the office to be. And it was something in lieu of maybe doing either like a type of wallpaper or a certain
hmm
paint color. It was really just a feature that was bright all year round. And this wall is actually double sided also, so not only is it a feature on this kitchenette side, but it's a feature on the office side as well.
Right. So you really can, both times you're working in the office, you're really getting the aspect of it.
Hmm. Exactly.
And what are the needs for a green wall to run? And what is someone, if someone was doing this, what are aspects and components of building that need to be taken into consideration to construct this?
Yeah, that's probably the number one question is from people's really, what do I need to do? If I want to do a green wall like this,
hmm
what do I need to do to prepare for it? And I would say the number one thing is to make sure you're going to be able to provide a source of water, electricity, and some kind of drain for the plants. At the end of the day, this is a living wall. So where's the water coming from? Luckily for this, you can see the sink actually for the kitchenette over here. This
hmm
area already had plumbing nearby. So what was really perfect was it wasn't much for us to provide a water line to the location. And in terms of us as the architectural firm on the project, we just wanted to make sure we provided water, electricity, and some kind of waste line to a certain point in the wall, in addition to the overall location of the wall. We really provided a 20-foot opening by about 8 foot high section. We made sure we framed out the wall really nice to be able to
hmm
provide this. And actually, the this shout out to Blondie's Treehouse because they designed the green wall. So the owner hired them for the wall, and we provided the opening for it and the utilities there in the floor. But this was a great location because the kitchenette before the renovation was just behind the wall where the sink is now. So it wasn't much for us to bring the water here. So in terms of
Right.
a consideration, is just to locate it where it's going to be convenient for plumbing and electricity, and natural light. I mean, this office renovation, this office area here, there's a lot of natural light in this
Right.
room. Really is a just a bright space. So it just worked out perfectly to have the wall located here. And then even, on the other side too. I mean, it works just so great on both sides,
hmm
and it's a feature for when you walk in, it's really visible from any side of the office. So just the overall really great location for it.
Right. And that the Blondie's company, they chose the air purifying plants that were definitely a consideration that the
Yeah,
owner
that too.
wanted to have.
Exactly. There's so many different possibilities when thinking about what types of plants you want
Right.
in this wall. I mean, there's so many different possibilities. He chose in the centerpiece these pops of red flowers. It just
hmm
really, looks really beautiful. And then too, the glass in between to kind of give it a little bit of a water texture in the glass so it's not
Yes.
completely visible through, which is another concept of his.
So, Tyler, from start to finish, what do you think you learned from this new material that you got to work with? What were some great pros of it? What were some things that you didn't know about it before
Yeah.
construction?
Yeah, this is it definitely was new for us. We had done a green wall in another project a few years ago in an interior job that I did, but this one was pretty unique. This one had was a pretty cool system and just visually luscious, full of plants. But
Hmm.
I think it comes down to what I said before, just being just cognizant about making sure you've got the plumbing, the electricity,
Hmm.
and the sanitary or the drain line to be able to work with this wall. And then another consideration is the lighting. It taught me a little bit about the types of lights you want to use for the wall. And the lights we use here is this isn't necessarily a green wall specific light, but it provides a light that's recessed along the wall to shine down, and then there's another light that's a few feet away on both sides to really illuminate the wall. But
Hmm.
I mean, this was just a great experience to be able to plan for something like this and work with another design firm who specializes in something like this. It was just a really great experience.
Yes. Well, we look forward to seeing more of what you're creating at JM2 Architecture.
Well, definitely, definitely, yeah. And any other questions anyone has about this project, or any others, or any of our videos, I'm always able to speak about them.
Yes, please feel free to leave your comments or questions below.
Absolutely.
Thank,
So I am Tyler Fox of JM2 Architecture.
and I'm Marisa of Marisa Orlich Interiors.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.